South Africa's service delivery woes can be addressed if civil society and NGOs can be given the space to take over where government is lacking. That's according to the founder of the Givers, Dr Imtiaz Sooliman. He says he and his team can come in as service providers to government at a much lower price and still manage to get things done. In fact, Dr Sooliman joins us via our video link this morning. Doc, as always, great to talk to you. And it's not new. I want to just take a step back for a moment. These calls from civil society, various sectors of the country, calling for you specifically, Dr. Sooliman, and the incredible work that you've done under Gift of the Givers, to take a more serious government leadership role. In fact, many people calling for you to form a political party and run for president. You responded to that in 2021. You say you're not interested in politics. It's more of a spiritual calling for you.
Yes, morning, Michelle. Just to clear something at the beginning, we don't do things at a lower price for government. We do it for free. We don't get any money from government. Our intervention is free. So we say, give us the space, and we do have the space. Fortunately, nobody interferes with us. Nobody stands in our way. And the other thing is, no, I can't be involved in politics. It's part of the spiritual instruction given to me in 1992 that I can never be involved in political office. And from a practical point of view, it's far more effective working outside government. There's no red tape. There's no bureaucracy. You do what you want. I break the laws. I don't want it because it's about saving lives. And when it comes to saving lives, I don't follow anybody's laws.
Yeah.
People need help. They need assistance, and we need to get to them as soon as possible. Government doesn't understand three words. Urgency, emergency, and disaster is not in their vocabulary. And those are they have processes that actually delay delivery. They can't make a decision. Everybody's too scared. People are indecisive. And in the process, a lot of people suffer. And I can't be part of that process.
I mean, the work that you and Gift of the Givers have done at various points of disaster in our country, Dr. Sooliman, COVID-19, of course, springs to mind immediately. The floods in KwaZulu-Natal and in other parts of the country, when there were water shortages in the Northern Cape and other parts of the country as well. I'm sure people who benefited from the work you've done would be asking, where would we be without the intervention of Gift of the Givers?
No, they say that everywhere, but this is a collective process. I have to give credit to those people who support the process. A huge thank you to the corporate South Africa who understood the need of the hour and have come to the party, to the community leaders on the ground, people, even within government, councillors, mayors, municipalities, people in the different departments. Because we have to understand that everybody in government is not bad or indecisive or slow or corrupt. There's a lot of good people, and that's what brings a lot of hope for this country. There's a lot of good people in government, in corporate, in private sector, people who act in the interests of the country, who want to do things in the interests of the country. I'm saying everybody must get involved across all levels. Remove all the red tape, remove the bureaucracy, make things easier, and let us work collectively. Because to be fair to government, the taxes of 7 million people can't look after 65 million people. It's impossible. Even if this country was run by Australia, by the USA, by Germany, or by Canada, there'll still be the same problem. Because 7 million people, Texas can just not look after 65 million people. With such a huge unemployment rate of active people, it's not 35%. It's more than that. It's far more than that. You take those who are not working, or stop looking for jobs. So it's much more than that. So with all the woes we have, the COVID, the exchange rate. The exchange rate affects everybody. It's not something in our hands. The fuel price is not in our hands. The war in Ukraine is not in our hands. So anybody had that kind of problem will have similar difficulty. But as a government, we can fight corruption, state capture, using money judiciously, not wasting money, and bringing the right people, not your grandfather, your uncle, your brother, your cat, or your dog, to run different departments. We need people who are skilled, who are experienced, who will act in the interest of the country, not in the interest of the politicians and their own families.
Certainly. And Dr. Sooliman, there are a number of clips circulating on social media this morning of you saying, exactly the sentiments that you've outlined to us just now. And part of what you say is that the country doesn't belong to the government. It belongs...
Yeah, they need to...
Yeah, go ahead.
Carry on.
Go ahead, Doc.
Yes. The government, there's a lot of egoistic individuals think they can walk around and do what they like. The country does not belong to the government. They need to understand that very, very clearly. It's a trust that they've been put there, and they are there to act in the interest of the country. And a message to all of South Africa, 65 million of us. If they don't do the job properly, just remove those people who are not supposed to be there. And we've got the power of the vote in our hand to do that. We will not be pushed around and messed around because some people have egoistic tendencies, thinking that the country belongs to them and they can do what they want. When you get to government, you have to have no ego, absolute humility. You are there as servant of the people, not an arrogant dictatorship leader over the people. You need to act in the interest of the people. Why are children dying of malnutrition in the Eastern Cape? Why are the hospital services collapsing and falling apart? Why is there no water delivery? Why is there all types of theft taking place at the highest level? Who's responsible for that? We are failing in the system to bring assistance to the people who put all their hope and faith and trust in you. There's still time. You can fix yourselves. And I say give government 3 years. Let's give them 3 years while I ask corporate South Africa and the public itself to come to the assistance. Tell government, open up all schools, open up all hospitals. No red tape, no obstruction, no difficulty. Let us bring our retired doctors back. Let us start registering those doctors who studied overseas instead of bringing overseas doctors to come and work here. It's a foolish system. It makes no sense. And let's open all the schools for teachers to come back to teach. Create opportunity and, the ease for which we can give back to teaching. These kids got no future. There's 40 kids in a class, 170 kids are learning disorders in one school. Collectively, there's just no hope for the new nation unless we do this collectively.
Yeah, but, the one issue that you talk about insofar as education is concerned, in the poorest schools, children have to work that much harder. They have to literally climb mountains just to be on a par with schools that are functioning better around the country. Prof, is this something that government has appetite for? This proposal that you're putting on the table of bringing in engineers, bringing in teachers, nurses, doctors, etc., and opening up, getting rid of the red tape for 3 years. Do you think there is political will for such a proposal?
Well, they better have the political will if they still want to be in power. They better fix the system. They're giving them 3 years of notice. You have to do that. It's in the interest of the country. The country, as I said, does not belong to them. It belongs to all of us. And we need to do what's necessary to save this country, to give children a future. If I like to ask them their question, if it was their children in that situation, having that difficulty, the malnutrition, the no medical care, what will they do? They will jump off very fast and do something about it. Because many of them are living the high life now, they've forgotten their roots and where they've come from. We need to change that system. And we need to go back to that old thing called the platoon system. When in the morning, kids in one grade did the school, and the same grade was done in the afternoon. We don't have to do that exactly like that. But we need to have the teachers who can come after hours, after 12 o'clock for the smaller kids, and after 2 o'clock for the bigger kids, to say, okay, you guys got a problem in maths, in language, in understanding, in learning. We are here to give you 1 hour a day or 2 hours, 1 hour every second day to support you. We need that type of intervention. School, hospitals, okay, we've got a shortage of manpower. We don't have enough nurses. We don't have enough surgeons. Everybody is out, burnt out. There's too many patients, too less staff. We'll come in weekends, after hours, we'll help you with catch-up surgery. It's a collective approach. We need engineers to come back, water specialists, accountants. We need to upskill the nation. A lot of skills have been lost. And the greatest need right now is in municipalities. They need to put the ego aside and say, look, we are prepared to accept help from outside. It's free. Nobody's charging. We're not making money. We come to help you for free, to upgrade your skills, to fix the municipalities. You fix that, you fix service delivery, you improve the quality of life.
Dr. Imtiaz Sooliman, founder of Gift of the Givers, let me thank you for your time, sir. Urgency, emergency, disaster. Some of the things he says government just doesn't understand.